Hello, all my dark and spooky ones. Gothic Layman here. So I'm going to talk about the glorification of death in the Gothic subculture. So the gloom and doom factor of the Gothic subculture. So when we think of both these words, we think of the word death, and what it normally means is when all bodily functions, organs, everything has shut down from the body and the person is now deceased. The person has passed away, they've moved on, they have expired, and then all that entails, which being new beginnings, reincarnations, folklores, myths, legends, rituals, mourning processes, the process of funerals, the process of mummification and how they treated their dead, and other cultures and how they treat their dead and loved ones. So then when we think of the word glory, it's usually honouring, high praise, glorying, giving glory to something. So yes, goths have a very bad misconception that we all gloom and doom, we look like death, we want to be close to death, even to the extent that we want to take our own lives. I just want to state, some of that is not true. Goths do not have suicidal tendency. People have suicidal tendencies from own personal life experiences and other factors in play. This is not the Gothic subculture in a whole. People and their own life experiences and circumstances will, entail if they want to take their life or not. This has nothing to do with the culture itself. Really, the culture where we think of glorifying the dead is we are just interested in the topic, and we are more open to talk about the topic when no one else is. We are not scared of death. We are just happy to talk about it and embrace everything behind death and what happens with death. This is where we get our dark literatures and horror genre comes in, and all that sort of stuff comes to play. Goths sort of get more to the extent, I don't know about everyone else, but I get more into the extent of the folklores behind death. So we've got legends so this is a perfect example of one. You know Bloody Mary and the myth behind the mirror? Well, part of a mourning process and a grieving process before your loved one would die, they would take all shiny objects, mirrors out of a room, because there was the fear that the person's essence or themselves would project into that mirror and their spirit would be trapped in that mirror. And then, the superstition, you break a mirror, 7 years bad luck. This is how we got that superstition, because some believe that a person's essence or soul is trapped in mirrors. And then, some people will not have mirrors, will not want to look at mirrors, and all that stuff. So that's where that superstition come to play, from the mourning process of that mirror. A mourning process is different depending everyone's family, culture. It's okay to mourn your loved one. There is nothing wrong with mourning. Back in traditions, families used to do the mourning rituals for weeks and days, where they would only stay in their house, and it was the family's job to help their loved one pass to the next life or wherever that may be. And in this mourning process, there was a few different mourning outfits and attires that were expected to be worn at the time, being it black or being it white. And then if you've heard the little legends and folklores about the woman in white, this comes back to women used to wear white when they were mourning somebody, and then we all know the legends that the woman in white is someone that is wandering, she's lost, she's looking for somebody, she is lost, she's wailing, she's crying, she's in mourning. So coming back to the death ritual, this is how we get the woman in white legend, folklore, spirits. So really, it's just we are openly to talk about death. There's nothing wrong with talking about death. It's a part of life, unfortunately. It doesn't mean that we want death to anyone. We don't want that at all. We're just happy to talk about it, and we understand that honoring life, there's nothing wrong with honoring life and choosing to have your life and live the life the way you choose. Yes, we decide that we want to be a bit more flamboyant with our style. We want to be a bit more out there with ourselves. But that's because we are living our life to the fullest and the way we want to express our life. Because death will happen one day. So there's a lot more to this topic that I could dabble on, but I think I will leave it at that. For now, I might make a second video later to sort of talk a little bit more about the folklores, legends, and all the different processes of mourning and death. But really, this is my understanding and reason why the Gothic subculture honours and glorifies death. Thank you for watching.